Hello, friends. And as you know, that the Indian civilization is the oldest surviving continuous civilization. The whole ideology of Hinduism is the driving force of this civilization. And if you look back into our history, there are very good scriptures which are written, which guides us on every step, and scriptures like Ramayana and also Mahabharata, and there are many more. But I like to ask you one question which is intriguing me also. For instance, if you talk about Ramayana, I mean, we all know there are many incidents which are listed in Ramayana, but I think there is one which I want to discuss today, and that is which changes the course of Lord Ram going for exile for 14 years. And that is because the stepmother of Ram asked for his this thing from his father. That means for 14 years he will not be near Ayodhya and he will have to be in the jungle. And that was the thing. We all know that. Don't want to repeat more on this. But my question is that Kekai could have asked for the lifetime exile for Ram. If she was so worried about her son getting the throne, and because she was so possessive about his son Bharat, and therefore he could have completely removed Ram from the picture and sent him to the lifetime exile. Yet she didn't do that. She only asked for 14 years of exile. Well, this is one case, and it has baffled me why she did not ask for lifetime or more number of years, and why only 14 years. So I think we'll come back to this question. Let us look at what more we can see from our scriptures. And when it comes to other scriptures like Mahabharata, similar incident can be recalled when it comes to Mahabharata, and that is when Duryodhan asked for exile of Pandavas. He only asked for 13 years and not more. And he could have asked, they were the arch rival for Kauravas. He could have asked Pandavas to be exiled forever. There was no stopping him. He could have taken that, but yet he didn't do it. And as we know that the Duryodhana is supposed to be the ultimate villain, but he did not ask for lifetime exile of Pandavas. He only asked for 13 years. Well, I think this is, in my point of view, this is because of the underlying belief system of Hinduism, where the belief is that there is nothing permanent in our universe. And that is the basic of Hinduism. This is what I feel. And since nothing is permanent, there is no point in asking for something which is like an infinity. So, Kekai not asking for exile for more than 14 years, because I think back of her mind she knew that okay, 14 years is sufficient, and there is no need to ask for the lifetime, because the underlying mechanism of Hinduism is that there is nothing called permanent, and everything is ever changing, everlasting. Now let's go back to other examples where the other demons as described in our scriptures. There are different demons who always wanted immortality. They always use their powers to attain immortality. Now this is not new. I mean, if you look at any other powerful king in any other culture, the ultimate goal of that king would be to live forever, because once you have tasted power. And as far as Hinduism is concerned, the power is really not a strong attribute, it is actually a negative attribute. So once you become a very powerful king, or you also become demon king as per the scriptures, then the ultimate desire is to live forever and rule forever, and that is why they wanted immortality. However, Brahma never gave immortality to anyone, and he always refused immortality. So they have actually got workaround around it. It's a very long story, because each one of these demon king, have their own nemesis. Who can kill them, who can, how they will die, etc., etc. Long stories. But I think the whole point is that even Brahma did not give them something which is going to last forever. This is something which is not permanent, and I think that is the whole the essence of Hinduism, that is a basic underlying essence, that we believe in the Kal Chakra. Kal Chakra is the wheel of time, and the wheel of time is infinite. You cannot compete with the wheel of time. The time will keep moving, you keep moving along with the time, and time is never constant, it is ever changing. So I think that is the belief of the Hinduism, and that is why, uh, since this was a belief in the Indian society, it survived for so long, because there were no need for collecting material gains. For 10,000 years, humans living in this part of the world, especially who were following the Hindu belief, there was no need for them, because everything was God, owned by God. And when everything is owned by God, you are only utilizing, you are taking permission from God and utilizing the whole resources which are available for your benefit, for the time your journey starts on earth and ends on earth. So during that time, you're not the owner, you're only using it, and you're taking permission from the God. Now if you look at the kings also, even kings did not had the absolute control on the land. There was no concept of owning land, there was no concept of owning things. Kings were only the caretaker of administration appointed by the gods. So this was a belief system continued for very long time, until the time we actually started getting the Islamic invader coming into the country. And before that, if you look at, there were, I mean, if you look at all the kings that existed before the Islamic invasion, where are their descendants? Who owned the land? We keep hearing information about Mughals asking for Red Fort legally. They keep filing their applications in the courts, Indian courts, and they lay claim on the Red Fort. However, for as far as the Hindu society is concerned, there are no land records before the Muslim invasions, the first king and all that, first sultan. I beg your pardon. And these Muslim invader brought the concept of owning the land, owning the riches, owning gold, owning this, owning that. All that has come with this Islamic invasion, and because their belief system was basically transfer of property through generations. Whereas in Hindu religion, there was no such thing like that. And we believe that the God is omnipresent, God is taking care of everyone, God is life, God is also death. That was the thing, and we are only nomads in our and we are actually living as a nomad, utilize the resources wherever we go with permission of the God. And therefore this is something which is so unique here. And for the first time, I mean, if you go and look at the land records in Indian record systems, you will see that the oldest records available are basically the right and title of the land given out as a benefit to the ministers and other courtesans of these sultans. And that was the first time. So these people started giving land, right, and title to the people who they like, and they used to give them prizes in the form of land, and that actually gave right to feudalism. Before that, people did not own anything. They can move around the land wherever they want, they can live the way they want. Of course there was law and order, that which was maintained by, again, the religious system, because religious system was so strong that people used to follow this, and they used to literally follow, including kings used to follow this. There are certain ethics, and even kings also did not own anything. So if you look at the kings before the sultans, there is no record of their land, their wealth. We only learn about their buildings, their society, only from the Chinese travelers who came to India and wrote about the society at that point in time. But there is no record of owning any land. So I think this is something which I thought, I raised a question within myself, that why KK did not ask for lifetime exile of Ram. I think this is the basic reason, that since we believe, even if we are bad guys, we still believe that there is nothing called permanent. Everything is destroyable. If there is a birth, there is going to be an end to it. So, friends, what do you think about this theory? If you feel what I'm saying is right, write in. And if you think that there is more to it, still I would like to engage with you. And I will play some of your good messages in my next Academic Live. Until then, I'd like to say goodbye for today, only to catch you in the next one.